Good afternoon. My name is Steven Slifer. Today I will be doing your intake form. Before we start, I'd like to go over some confidentiality. Everything you say in this session is private, except if you inform me that you are abusing elders, children, or have threats of harming yourself or others. Is everything okay with you? Is that good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So can you tell me what brings you in here today?
Well, my name is Kathy. My doctor referred me to come and talk to you. I was a little concerned over some medical issues that I've been having. I've had kind of a hard time sleeping for the last few months. And I feel really tired a lot of the time. And I used to be in pretty good shape, but I'm not anymore. And, my doctor asked me if I had been drinking a lot, and I told him no, but, he basically referred me to come talk to you anyways.
Okay, so drinking is the primary reason that you think you're here today?
I guess so. I'm also having some trouble with my husband, so we could talk about that too, but I don't think I necessarily have a drinking problem, but my doctor seems to think I have a drinking problem, so he told me to come to you.
I'd like to inquire a little bit about your drinking. How often do you drink, and what type of alcohol do you typically consume?
It's normally vodka or wine, and I would say that the drinking has changed over the last couple of years. My husband likes to throw these pretty extravagant parties with his colleagues and stuff like that, and back in the day when I first met my husband, he's the one who kind of introduced me to alcohol, and we met in college and stuff like that. And so it's just I think over the last couple of years I maybe have started drinking a bit more, but I don't know if it's necessarily excessive.
Would you say that drinking currently affects your life? Is it daily?
I mean, I guess so. It is the first thing I think about when I get up out of bed in the morning. And I think I kind of schedule most of my day around drinking and thinking about when I can have my next drink, because I am a stay-at-home mom and I take care of mine and Richard's 2 kids. So, I kind of have to make sure that they're all accounted for before I can start drinking. So, yeah, I mostly want to drink, not so much just to feel better, but I feel worse if I don't have it. So
have you ever tried to cut down on drinking?
Maybe a little bit. Instead of drinking vodka, I'll drink wine or something like that. But
okay. You also mentioned marital problems. How has drinking impacted that?
I don't know if drinking's impacted the marital problems. I think my husband and I just kind of resent each other, and I know I'm angry with him. I'm sure he's probably angry with me for something, but Richard kind of got me into drinking in the first place, and so I don't really feel like he has a place to be able to be upset with me for drinking, because he kind of started all of it. But he got to go on and engage in his career, and he has all these great colleagues, and he has a really successful business that he gets to run, and I just, he just expected me to be this stay-at-home housewife, and that's not really what I want to do or who I want to be.
It sounds like putting your career on the side has been hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what career? I don't really get to have I never really got to start one, because after college is when I got pregnant, so it was just immediately thrown into the world of being a housewife.
How many children do you have?
2.
Okay, both boys?
Yeah, they're both boys. One is 8 and one is 4.
Wow, young. How do you get along with them?
They're all right. I mean, they're good kids. I take them to their, sports games and all that kind of stuff. you know, I've been thinking about like hiring a nanny just to try to help alleviate some of the pressure, but if I'm really being honest with myself, I kind of want the nanny so I can have more freedom to drink whenever I choose to, because the kids stop me from doing that a lot of the times, you know, because I'll have to take them to and from practice, or, you know, there are different extracurricular activities, so.
Do you have any social groups outside of your husband's parties and other things like that?
Not really. I mean, like my whole life revolves around taking care of the kids and taking care of the house. I don't really have time for much else.
You mentioned drinking has changed over the years, and you mentioned some resentment towards Richard for it. How has it changed over the years, or how would you describe that?
Well, I mean, you know, I think I've just been drinking more and more, and, you know, it's like whenever I am drinking, I get pretty mad at Richard, and like that's when all the anger and resentment come out. And so, you know, he even made a comment that he suggested that I get like some kind of help, but that, you know, just created more of a rift between us and our relationship.
So you mentioned going to college as well. I assume you graduated considering you want to pursue other things.
Yeah.
How did you feel about your family growing up? How do you think it's impacted you today?
I mean, we were all right. We were raised in a lower middle class family, in a big city up in the Northeast. My parents were both school teachers, and, you know, they really made me and my siblings value higher education. I have 3 siblings. And they always intended that I would go to college. But, you know, like overall, I'd say that like it was just like a normal family. I mean, I'm not like particularly close with my parents or my siblings, but like we're not distant. We still spend holidays together and all that kind of thing, but we're not, you know, best friends.
So I'd like to ask about, I guess, what a typical Monday looks like for you in the start of the week. You mentioned you wake up, you feel the urge to drink. I assume since your children are young, they're probably in school, and does that responsibility fall on you to take them to school?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I take care of everything around the house, so I will, you know, get up, make them breakfast, and then wait with them by the bus stop. And normally at the bus stop is when I'll have my first drink, so I'll put like some wine in like a coffee cup or something like that, and then just wait with them at the bus stop, and then they'll get picked up and go to school, and then I'll go back to the house and just start on like whatever chores I need to get done that day and whatever errands I need to run. So maybe grocery shopping, or cleaning up after the boys, or you know, taking the dogs on a walk, just whatever chores need to get done.
Do you, shifting notes again, do you think that your husband holds any resentment for your drinking, or?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not him, so I can't say one way or the other, but I do know that when I'm drinking, like, is when we get into some pretty bad arguments, and I'm pretty angry with him, so I think it would be safe to assume that he's angry with me, but I don't know.
If you had to name one thing that you feel the most resentment for, what would it be towards Richard?
Probably just that he gets to have more freedom in his life, to go to work and have a life outside of our family, whereas I'm like trapped in the family being the only thing that I'm allowed to prioritize or care for.
That must be difficult. Could you tell me a little bit about do you have any history of trauma, legal issues, anything of the sort, ever been psychiatrically hospitalized or anything like that?
No, nothing like that. I mean, I don't think I really have any trauma. Like, I've never been diagnosed with anything. I've never been to like a mental hospital, if that's what you're talking about. Nothing like that. No legal issues. There was this one time that I was pulled over while I was drinking, but the cop let me go with a warning. So that was a close call. But you know, I didn't like have the kids with me or anything. It was just I drank a little bit too much and got behind the wheel. But you know, for whatever reason, the cop just let me go. So
Have there been instances of getting behind the wheel when you've had a drink since then?
yeah, there's been a couple. Like you know, if I don't have the kids and like I need to go get groceries or something, then like I'll have a drink or two before I go to the store, and then you know I'll get my groceries and go home.
When you're upset, how does I guess what are some coping mechanisms, or how do you respond when something stressful happens?
I drink. I mean, what else would I do? I don't have any friends. I don't really have a social circle. Richard's kind of taken my ability to socialize away from me because I have to take care of the house all the time. So the only thing that I really can do is have a drink.
Are there things in your life that you're proud of currently, or?
I mean, my boys are great, but you know, not really.
Well, I think that you mentioned your boys are great. Do seeing them succeed or seeing them grow make you happy?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it would make any mom happy, I think, but I just don't feel like satisfied in life, and I don't think that having kids was the way to find fulfillment for me, whereas it is for like a lot of other people. It's just not like I want more out of life than just being a mom, and I feel like the only thing I can be is a mom and a wife.
When you're struggling, it sounds like you don't really have anyone there for you, and that's part of the reason you may turn to the bottle. Is that correct?
I guess. I mean, I have Richard to talk to. He's the one that suggested I come get help, so like I know he loves me and I know he cares about me, but I don't know. I don't know.
Can you recall any, I guess, what's the most recent argument you had with him, and what was it about? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I was drunk, so I was probably just mad at him for the same old stuff that, you know, I don't want to be this washed up old housewife and be the one to like entertain all his friends when he has these big parties. So it was after one of his parties, and I probably just got mad about something, and you know, I don't really remember because again I was drinking, but yeah, we didn't talk for a couple of days, but I don't even remember what we were fighting about. So
When you drink, is it to get black out, or is it just to numb the feeling? What's the purpose that you feel you have to go to drinking?
I don't know, I never really thought about it as just what I do. Like it just helps me not be so mad.
It's understandable. Well, I want to say thank you for opening up and chatting with me.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate your time and look forward to hopefully seeing you in future sessions. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if that was...
Bye.
Yeah. All right, let's... I'll take it.